Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the farm. This is 4th of July weekend. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, because I know this will air probably well after the 4th. But we're back. I decided that starting off our 4th year on YouTube, that we would make another run, try to keep things interesting for you. I think with everything that was going on the farm, the changes that were taking place, it just became a little overwhelming. And things are starting to slow down a little bit, settle down a little bit. Still have a lot of work to do. And but I'm going to make you a part of that as much as I can. Maintaining the pastures has just become very difficult. In the past, I've been able to spray, bush hog, keep weeds under control. This year, and I'm not going to complain about the rain, but it has rained so much that unfortunately spraying has not been an option. So that's made weed control on the pastures very, very difficult. So I've been bush hogging just to try to kind of push the reset button, if you will, set it back a little bit, take a lot of it down, till I can get a good window of opportunity and time to be able to get everything bush hogged. Well, here's my problem as it stands right now. The bush hog, the little 4-foot bush hog that you've seen me use many times on the channel, has seen better days. The deck started rusting out, and when I bush hog, normally I don't bush hog real low, real shallow. I leave it fairly tall, so I'm only taking off about the top third of the grasses, and taking off the top third of the weeds, kind of knocks them back too. But unfortunately, the other day when I was bush hogging, there was a little knoll that I didn't see, because what I've been doing is I've been keeping this wheel in contact so that it would keep where the rusted parts had started dropping, because if you go over too big of a hump, then this part of the deck right here would drop down and hit the blade. And unfortunately, there was a little knoll that I didn't see, and you see what happened. Would you look at that? I never have been much of one at wearing gloves, but I'm actually wearing gloves. I'm trying to do better. So now all that's left is the PTO, and that can be a budder. What do you know? Got it in the groove first time. That rarely, if ever, happens. Wow. You get off that tractor for just a minute. That seat absorbs a lot of heat. I was kind of afraid that the cows had went visiting again. They've gotten really bad about wanting to spend time over at our neighbor's, because he does have a very pretty hayfield over there. Grass over here ain't any different than what it looks like over there. There's just fewer weeds to have to eat around. Compared to what I usually do, I'm almost scapping this field. Ouch. Like they're talking about, cutting it this low is not going to hurt it. Got like a 20% chance. That's it. So we'll have to see. What is this? That's the dividing line. This is what I cut before. This is what I cut today. This is probably the lowest I have ever cut a pasture, even on accident. But if they come together right, you get the right rain, right sunshine, and also enough cloud cover to keep the grasses from getting horribly stressed. Sometimes an aggressive cut can actually bring it back stronger, fuller, and healthy. Well, we didn't have to go too long without rain. So maybe that'll help perk that grass back up pretty quick. In just a second, I have a example of something from the files of It Never Pays to Get in a Hurry. Hang on. So, here we go. Are you ready for this? Look what I did. Now this tank already had a hole in it, and I had plugged it temporarily, and it was holding fine until that. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. You forget that the tank had been sitting there for a while and was most likely embedded down into the dirt, which it was, and I didn't get my forks deep enough. Yeah. Well, would you look at there? We have some more rain. I think it's awesome. I'm not so worried now about what I cut yesterday, now that we've had a couple of good bits of rain on it. Well, it is getting close to dark, and we've got everything else fed, except these screaming behind me. Trust me, they aren't hurting. They've got about 3 fields that they are grazing through, but like everything else, who doesn't like a free meal, all right? They will get fed tomorrow night. About every other is what they're getting fed. Let's go feed the cows, because I know it's been a little bit since you've seen them, all right? Would you look at that? Look how big that girl is. Like, are you talking about me? Yeah, that's one of the older calves. That's Pebble's calf from 2 years ago. Hang on, let me set this down for a second. Show you the other 2 calves. That's Pebble's calf from this year. Just about 2 weeks older than that one, who is Jed's calf. Told you you'd be amazed. Let me get these up here. Come on. That's it right there. I have to get them fly sprayed again. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. She's starting to tame down a little bit. A little bit. They're right here. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to get them fly sprayed again. Stuff I usually use. Usually lasts 2 or 3 weeks. But as much rain as we've had. Hey, big boy. Huh? He's about like Pebbles. Layla. Told you. These calves have grown a lot. All right, I'm going to get their water tank. I'm into the house. Well, hello everybody. It's been a couple of days since we've talked. 3 or 4 days, something like that. It's been busy on the farm. I don't know how well you can see me. I still ain't figured out the settings on this camera, but anyway. Got home last night and some folks working on some drainage issues that we've had here for a little bit, but I think we finally got it under control. I have a mess to clean up here. I will get that done, but by the time we finished that last night, it was so late that I really didn't get much done as far as feeding, watering. So I'm going to go down and fill up water tanks this time. I just tried to get enough to them till I got home from work today, and check on everybody because it is hot. All right, so I'll take you along for as much as I can. We have a new young ram that unfortunately likes to play with the fan cord over there. Still ain't figured out a way to keep them from doing it. And unplug fans, which when it's 115-degree heat index, that's not real bright. Do you hear me? That is not real smart. I don't think he hears me. Anyway. Okay, now back to what I was doing. God, it's so hot. Oh, I'll bet the heat index is probably around 106, 107 degrees. I've got everybody in the barn watered now. They'll have to be watered again pretty soon. And fans all running. Got a little bit left to go get the cows in that one tank. I'll go get them. And we'll go from there. Well, I didn't get to finish much videoing yesterday. It was so hot that it turned into just a get done what you got to and go back to the house. But it is a lot cooler today. We had some rain showers move through last night, and it feels pretty good out here. So I'm going to catch up on a couple of things real quick. One thing, the bush hog. We've got 3 or 4 days of rain coming, and it would sure be nice if I could get some bush hogging done before the rain comes to kind of help that grass that's underneath. But we've still been kind of in a waiting pattern for the bigger bush hog, the one that I've been trying to get up and running. This one right here, and I discovered that is about a 7 foot instead of a 6. Anyhow, the original PTO shaft had a slip clutch on the end that connected to the gearbox up there. And that slip clutch, yes, is helpful, but it also had the correct fitting to make it fit with the shaft that was there. So, unfortunately, the other shaft I picked up has the wrong fitting for that size. So, the person that took the other shaft to see if he could get it separated and could not, said that he was going to try to see if he could just cut off the outside section of the shaft so that we could preserve the inside section and see if it'll work. So basically we'll have a Frankenshaft is what we'll have. It'll be part of this one that I found that I hoped would work, and then part of the old one, if that makes sense. And he was going to clean it up and everything, but I haven't heard from him in a couple of days, so I'm beginning to get concerned that maybe he wasn't able to get it done. So my next plan for now, my next plan is back at the old bush hog, because our problem is with the uneven ground that I have with this wheel on the back. When the wheel comes off the ground, it pulls that back section that's rusted out right back there, pulls it down, hits the blades. Blades get out of kilter and they start hitting up front, and you can see where it's starting to crack the rusted deck up front all the way around. So I'm thinking maybe if I take that weight off totally, then maybe with a little luck that would keep that from happening, but I don't know. But I got to do something.